Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Michelle, from the Perfecting Me podcast.
Period.
Thank you for being here. And today we have a very, very special guest here.
Hello, guys. My name is Gabrielle Brooke. I'm the host of the Healed by Creation podcast.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to be on Michelle's podcast. Like, we're going to get into some good topics.
We are. And thank you for being here.
Of course. I'm so
Let's
happy to be here.
Into it.
The first thing that we should do is pull out my Oracle Goddess deck. So I got this at a crystal shop a long time ago in Laurel. If y'all from the DMV, Laurel. Anyway, and it just really called my name because I had tarot cards, but like tarot is a little bit complicated, I'm not gonna lie. And like I'm not trained or anything. I was like, I want to get card decks. And I saw a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube using Oracle decks. And I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. And I saw this beautiful one, and it's just all these African goddesses.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and also like I feel like that's more relatable
Yeah.
than like the night and like the you know what I'm saying?
The
like
night.
I don't know, like the prince and shit.
Sailor
like
Moon.
yeah, I'm just like that doesn't really relate to me.
Yeah.
But like all these baddie, like I'm just gonna show you real quick. All these baddie goddesses.
Yes. Anything African goddess, I'm in there.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, these are gonna be so empowering and strong. No, they're actually beautiful. Like the art on here is beautiful.
They are beautiful.
So it also comes with a little guidebook, and it explains what all the cards mean. So basically what I usually do at the beginning of my episodes is I'll wait till one flies out and I'll just ask the universe and whoever else. Oh, that? She's cunt though.
Yeah.
She's really cunt though.
She is.
Do you want to pull one or two?
We could do two.
Okay, let's pull two. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, fuck. Yeah, so usually I'll just let it fly out, and then like sometimes I'll be like, But okay, so we have 20 and 28, Aunt Nancy, and
Why did I see this one? And I was like, why they got one named Auntie?
no, a lot of them are auntie. For our visual baddies, this is the card that we pulled, and it's like it scared me at first because it's a little bit dark. These cards are usually like very colorful and bright and stuff. But that's okay. We're here for the message. So basically,
betrayal.
Right? Yeah, the card is betrayal. Like, fuck. Like,
Betraying us.
who betrayed us? And what are y'all trying to tell us? Okay, so Anansi is the trickster god and sacred clown. I don't affirm that one. I'm not yeah, it's them. It's not us. Because I was like, clown stuck into our global folk tales while Gula Geechee children heard tales of Aunt Nancy, the tricky spider woman. My Guyanese parents entertained us with Nancy's stories about a witty teen spider. So she's giving us shadow guidance. Okay, so I think this card is for our shadow self.
Okay.
And you were just talking about doing shadow work. So this is honestly perfect. Ask yourself, who really betrayed you? Betrayal from others mirrors you betraying yourself. Okay, there we go. And the embodiment, which is basically like what you should do after reading this card, says betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal can make it difficult for us to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question is, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? They was listening.
They were.
To what we were talking about earlier.
That's so crazy.
Goodbye.
I was literally sitting here like,
Oh.
It's like, Aunt Nancy.
Nancy, how you know that?
Auntie, why are you calling me out like that?
Okay, and her goddess declaration, which is the affirmation, is I'm willing to know the truth. Am I?
I think that's so crazy because we literally were just talking about
Abandonment.
Abandonment and just like how do you choose to trust? But it really is just like trusting.
Yeah, like you just do it.
Yeah.
It's not over complicated. And I like how it says, like, are you willing to hear the truth? Because sometimes we like keep ourselves in a lie.
Definitely.
And that's like the comfort that we keep for ourselves.
Definitely.
But it's like, if you want to get to whatever your goals are, you have to be realistic. Like, okay, what's actually happening here?
Yeah.
And how do I need to move
forward
now knowing that?
Yeah.
Which is a big question. Nancy has a lot of big questions for us. But, okay, this, I think it's nice because it starts with betrayal and then forgiveness. That goes together perfectly.
Very true.
And this card is like beautiful, like full of nurturing energy. It's warm.
Yeah,
that card was a little cold and scary. This one is like it's cute babies.
It's giving SZA.
It's giving guard or control. There we go. Guard is the song. Anyways, it is giving SZA. So let's see what. Maybe you can read it.
No,
bruh,
I saw
like,
these
yeah,
names
you
and
could,
I was like, this is real.
Real average. Yeah, I'm like.
I saw Kwamu. I said, what Nigerian, what Ghanaian book is this?
I literally think that my husband's gonna be an African man in IT.
I love you. You guys, look at my Niger queen.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be making all the jollof. Just kidding. No. I'm actually lying. You
see these arms? You know she be in the gym, so she's ready to just stir the pot. No.
I'm gonna make a pot this big for all my 20 kids. Like, I'm ready.
As an only child.
Oh, yeah. But, like, don't worry because I'll provide the children. I'll just be such a matronly woman. No. This isn't like
African men, are you hearing?
It's like, nah, they're gonna be so mad at me when they find out I be in the bed till 2 p.m. and then I'm gonna want to go to the gym. And then I'm gonna want to do my own shit.
And so you're gonna have to cook.
Yeah. You're gonna have to wake me up. Because I be...
It's okay. A real king won't mind.
A real king won't mind. I love you, babe. Anyway. To the man with no face. I love you. To the man with no face.
Blur.
No, literally. So this is the goddess of soul forgiveness. Bantu. Mm-hmm. Bantu knots. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. She was the first woman. Her father, a Congo, the cranky supreme god, put her and her loud children in a basket and dismissed them to earth. So her guidance is asking, who do you need to forgive? So wait, what was the questions for the last one? Who betrayed you?
Yes.
And now it's asking us, who do you need to forgive?
It said, how do you betray yourself?
So it's like, do you need to forgive yourself too? So it says, let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. So when you forgive people, you are freeing yourself from the shackles.
Very true.
Of their emotional shit.
Their damage.
Stop. They were literally listening. You can't rush forgiveness. Because I was saying, like, I want to rush everything. I want to be so quick with everything. I want a quick fix. You can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage, and despair. Take time with your heart. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain you must allow yourself to feel. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack, mistrust, and resentment. Cheer me up with that one. You start to see everything through victim-colored glasses, but forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. Start with self-forgiveness. Say out loud, I forgive myself with love. And then her affirmation is, I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others.
I think these were really good cards because they kind of were like, just keep talking about what you was talking about.
Literally, I was eating before.
Yeah, like, just keep going. When would you say was a time that you felt betrayal from yourself? Or how do you feel like you might have betrayed yourself? I could say for me, I think anytime I like am operating inauthentically, it feels like a self-betrayal. Like if I am posting a picture because I want like, you know, a specific group of people to like this picture, or if like even just the simple fact that I'm posting because I want likes, like
to get that
not
validation.
Authentic coming from like the fact that I just want to post this picture rather than like I want everyone in Towson to know that I'm a baddie too. Like I can keep up with. I'm an ADC warrior. Don't forget about me. You know. Like, you know, like
that was never me. Never. But.
No, yeah, and I feel like I could also say, just like in dating, like how you said before, you felt like in that one situation you were like holding yourself back from like showcasing yourself. I feel like anytime, because especially the type of person that I am, I really strive on like authenticity and like being genuine, and like those are the people that I find myself being drawn to the most. Like like I remember I told you like I wanted to be your friend so bad. Like I was like I saw you in class and I was like, that girl is perfect. Give me her. I want her. And like I've been going to Towson for the last 5 years now. And for the last 5 years now, and I have never wanted to be anybody's friend. Like, I've never seen anyone and been like, oh my goodness, I want to be her friend. Like, I be in class like, get me the fuck out of here.
I hate these bitches.
Yeah, like,
because our class is 99.9% white.
Nope.
Sorry.
I mean, we're like the off-brand of a psychology major.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We're
like
psychology, but like a little bit of seasoning.
With, like, children and family thrown in
Yeah,
there. Like,
but better. Psychology, but much better. More
Yeah.
holistic.
But yeah, no, definitely, like, anytime I've dated
Mm-hmm.
and I, like, had to hide, like, my quirks or,
Yeah.
like,
Pretend to be an Instagram baddie, like,
Yeah,
just sit
like,
there.
if I'm dating a guy and, like, because I'm dressed a certain way, I can't show you that, like, I'm a fucking weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely am going home and crying because I betrayed myself. Because I'm like, this man
Yeah.
who just doesn't accept me for
Yeah.
me, you know, putting myself in spaces where I'm not welcome.
That's a really good answer. It's making things come up for me. I'm trying to think. I definitely agree. Anytime that I've been acting fake to myself, acting like something didn't upset me, that's one thing that I definitely do.
Yeah.
Is I have held back a lot of anger or like a lot of things that hurt me.
Yeah.
I feel like I have this like wall up that was built after being hurt by a lot of people. And so it's like, if something makes me upset, my first initial reaction is to like hold it back rather than say, hey, like this upset me. Can we work on this?
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of give up on a lot of stuff that like even give up on someone that could possibly care about me.
Yeah. I feel like
because it's like, I feel like I'm so used to people hurting me that I'm so ready to pick up my stuff and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Move to the next thing without sitting back reflecting. This hurt me. Can we work on this? And, like, I know you're not supposed to give too many chances, but sometimes I don't even give, like, the first chance or the second chance. And, like, people are going to be people. And, like, obviously don't let people use you, abuse you, blah, 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 blah. But, like, if someone makes a human error that I could make myself, like, why am I holding people to such a high standard when I can't even apply that to myself because I'm expecting others to be perfect just because people have hurt me in the past? Like, it's just incongruent. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
And I feel like also I could relate with that in the sense of like anytime I feel like I was the same where if I was hurt like in the slightest way or if I like saw the instance of like myself being hurt, I'm like,
I'm leaving.
Time to get the fuck. Like,
because I feel like when you've been hurt so many times, you're like, I literally don't have the patience even to be possibly hurt again. But like, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
That's not realistic at all because then you're never going to meet anybody at all.
Yeah.
Like, not even friends. Like, you're not going to have shits. Like,
I have to ask because you had said how like you... Like, I have that same habit of just, like, getting fucked.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, like, where do you think that came from? Because I feel like I know for me, like, okay, you said people hurt you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's the same thing where people hurt me a lot. And I've noticed that, like, it's kind of like a coping mechanism now.
Yeah.
Where, like, that's how I, like,
yes,
dodge a bullet.
Yeah.
But I guess more so, like, where do you think the root of that is from? You know, like...
I definitely think it's a coping mechanism and like a protective factor because I used to, even 2 years ago, I used to be very naive, very innocent, very like trusting of everybody. Especially when I came into college, I was so trusting of so many guys and I feel like that trust was broken or I realized that like I was just very young. Like I feel like I grew up very quickly in college and I already felt so mature when I got to college. But then I was with guys and with friends that, like the card said, kind of betrayed me, left me feeling confused or left me feeling upset or lonely or just, used. Like, I just feel like I had a lot of connections that weren't actually meaningful. And so it made me put up a wall so that I didn't get hurt as easily. Because I also used to have a lot of insecurity. Like, I still feel it deep down sometimes. Like, when I was in high school, middle school, I was so insecure. I did not love who I was as a person. I didn't love who I was. And so sometimes I still had that, like, child self in me that doesn't want to be hurt, that doesn't, you know, want to be embarrassed. But, like, when I was younger, I couldn't protect myself. I couldn't defend myself. But now as an adult, I, like, overcorrect.
Yeah.
I'm, like, so quick to push people away because I'm like, if you're going to hurt me, like, I don't even want to feel that.
Yeah.
But that can also turn into self-sabotage because you don't have trust anymore. And, like, you can't let somebody jade your trust for your whole life just because one person fucked you over in middle school. Like, you have to grow up, you have to mature, and just try again.
Broken once and never.
And they make it everybody else's problem.
Like, shorty broke my heart in 6th grade, and I never been the same since.
Like baby, journal, literally journal. Like, it's gonna be okay. Do your shadow work. Pull a card. Like, it's gonna be. Nancy is here.
Hug your sister.
Literally hug grandma.
Nancy is here.
Nancy's here. Auntie.
Nancy and Mbokomu.
Yeah, I was like, I can't even.
Mbokomu.
I can't even.
Don't worry, I got you, girl. The African style.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna name my kid some African shit and be like, your Aunt Michelle's coming over to teach you how to pronounce your name because mommy can't do it.
To teach you how to pronounce. Where's the daddy?
Oh yeah, he's at work. He's busy fixing computers.
Yes. No, but I felt that like everything you just said. I feel like I resonated with that on like a deep level. But like for me, it was more on a friend's sense, like
your friends betrayed you.
Yeah, like I think I felt a lot of betrayal from friends, and I also think a lot of like this coping mechanism also came from like feeling outcasted, or like me being so smart to the point where I can understand that I'm different, like and it doesn't necessarily mean that people made me feel different. I mean,
sorry.
What can I say? Quite literally, it's just hard being this gorgeous in this country.
So difficult
for the Americans. You guys are weird.
No.
Sorry.
I'm definitely an American girl.
No. Oh, sorry.
But it's okay. It's okay. Like, there's nothing I can do about it.
American.
Thank you. Stop.
But yeah, no. I went to like a predominantly Hispanic elementary, middle, and high school.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. So for me, I think like it was very known to me that like I was different, and that like, you know, I wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna be the first pick for crushes. Like, you know, it's like that feeling when you know, like, you're the fattest in the gym class, and like the slowest, and you're gonna be the last pick, and you're just asking the teachers like, why do you always make it team pick? Like, can't you just separate us in half? Yeah, like, because you're making this so embarrassing for what? Yeah, so it's like my school experiences felt like constantly going to places where like I knew I wasn't gonna be accepted. Yeah. So I developed this habit of like trying to fill in those blanks, not being accepted, like in spaces where I knew I wasn't going to be accepted. It's like I was 3 steps ahead, and you're trying to like overcorrect, so that no one can catch you on anything. Yeah, because like nobody can hurt me. When people see that you're insecure, like they can seek it out, and they know who to pinpoint or like what to say about you that's going to make you upset. Yeah, like you can kind of. Insecurity is a disease. Yeah, like you can like attract the people that are haters. Yeah. That are looking for someone that's insecure to hate upon. Definitely. Especially when you're younger. Like, especially when you're younger, high school, middle school. Like, people are looking for those people to bash on. And if you're showing that you're a little bit shy or like different, like people, they know it. Like, kids sense that, and they'll literally go crazy on you. It's terrible. Yeah. But I think that habit also led me to be more inauthentic in a sense. So it's like I was like living in a betrayal kind of, because it's like in trying to like make up for the fact that I know I'm not going to be the pretty girl in class, or make up for the fact that I'm not the fastest or the strongest. Yeah. I like had to compensate in other ways, meaning I had to be liked in other ways. So like it led to me turning up certain aspects of myself that may not have been as authentic to me, or like choosing to like things. Like, for example, like I'm a shoe head. I love shoes. I love sneakers. But like they're not always going to be the conventional type of sneaker. Yeah. But like you're not going to be an Air Force One girl. Yeah. Like you would never catch me owning a pair of Air Force Ones in your entire life. Not black, not white, not green. Black is crazy. Yep. And green is honestly insane too, but that's okay. That's okay. And so I found that like for me, you know, going to school with Hispanic people, like I'm young, I'm unaware, I'm not full of knowledge to the idea that like, you know, a lot of their culture comes from even my culture, comes from like people that look like me. Yeah. But like in that, like because I am the way I am, like because it is my culture, I don't feel the need to be pressured to like partake in that culture. Yeah. But because now I'm around people who like that's the in, like I found myself like trying to dress the way that they did. Like I remember everyone used, like my senior year in high school, like is when I was, you know, no one gives a fuck when you're a senior. So like I was just always wearing like my wishy-washy pants and like whatever. Everyone would be like, oh my gosh, your style's so different. Like you go thrifting, I need to go thrifting too. And I'm like, bro, like I go thrifting and this is the down clothes. Like I'm not wearing my nice thrifted shit. I'm just
cozy at school.
Yeah, and it really, or like the few times that like I did dress authentically to myself.
Yeah.
I was actually complimented and I was actually like, you know, told that I was pretty, but because of my fears, like I stuck to just dressing in like a box, which kind of like me not realizing I'm teaching myself the habit of like being inauthentic.
Yeah.
And like now it can kind of create this thing where now like I am authentic, I present as myself, but now I'm not trusting of other people. And maybe that's because like she said, I haven't forgiven myself for like the betrayal that I did for myself. So it leads me to think, well, if I'm meeting you, how authentic really are you?
Yeah.
Because I lived all my high school, middle, and elementary school
being someone else.
As a ghetto Hispanic.
Oh.
And I'm black. So, you know, like,
so
I mean...
Yeah.
Like, so, like, you know, and my best friends, they know. They're hip now. Like, you know, we're all grown now. Like, I'm sure back in the day, they would have sit and been like, we're Hispanic, we wear Jordans too. But now they're, like, very aware, like...
They understand what's going on.
This is not, like, you know...
It wasn't the coolest.
So I guess it's probably like both cards. Forgiving, one, my peers for just trying to do what they knew is best.
Yeah.
And for being like who, you know, for trying to be cool too and for trying to be accepted too. And sometimes that means shitting on the one that like is farthest from you, you know? So like one, I would have to forgive them, then I would have to forgive myself for like operating in that bracket that I created for myself. Essentially.
You have to remember you're so young.
Yeah,
we still are very young,
definitely.
But like, I definitely agree. When you look back at your insecure self, you'll be a lot of times you'll start being like upset. You're like, why would I act like this? Why would I do this? Why would I do this? And it's like, that's as much as you knew. Like when you're 15 through 17, 18, you literally don't know shit. Right now, compared to who I'll be when I'm 26, I probably don't know shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, sometimes I feel so bad because I'm so mad at my old self. But it's like, I was a baby. Like I was literally a baby. Like I didn't know better. And same with the people that were hating on us. They were babies too.
Definitely.
And it's like us holding that resentment, like one of the cards was saying, us holding that resentment only changes our perspective. It doesn't impact them. We have no clue what they're up to now because they're not in our lives because they weren't meant to be there.
Very true.
But it's like, it's crazy because we were so young. Even now, when you're forgiving like your parents for stuff that they did and blah, 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 everyone's operating off of how much knowledge they have or like how much they know at this point in their life.
Yeah.
And when we hold ourselves back to who we used to be, we don't like allow other people to grow too. Which
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, and it's like people say that people don't change. I feel like people's character doesn't change, but like people that are authentic and like genuine, they'll realize when they messed up. And if they care about you, then they'll actually like take that time to say like, hey, I fucked up, but I can change this. Or like, and those are the people that you keep around. The people that don't care, then
exactly
push them out. But yeah, we also have to give ourselves that grace because I feel like I never give myself grace for like messing up or making a mistake or like making the wrong decision. Like in relationships, I feel like it's so confusing because there's no roadmap. There's no guidebook of like how you're supposed to act. You're supposed to just be yourself. And if you like someone, then okay, then what? Like y'all just like each other forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I get so upset with myself how I handle situations and I can never give myself grace. And then it makes me self-sabotage because I can't give other people that grace that I need for myself. So if I just grant it to myself first, then I can be a little bit more trusting, have more peace when I walk through this journey. Yeah. And yeah, I definitely know there's some shadow work I need to tap into.
No, yeah. And like you made a really good point. Like when you said like they were young and those things happened like a long time ago. It's so true. Like if you really look at it, like saying shit, like especially going off of how you were saying you need to be truthful to yourself and like always tell yourself the truth. And I know they said one of these cards said
one of these girls.
Yeah. Like saying things out loud could also help a lot because like if you go and tell yourself like I was like, you know, I feel so insecure right now because boys when I was 15 told me that I was fat and ugly. Like realistically, like that happened. And like your feelings are valid, but also like I'm 23 now.
Yeah,
and, like,
we have to move on.
Experiences with men that have shown me they don't think I'm fat and ugly.
Yeah.
You know?
And also you don't think that about yourself too.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, I definitely agree. My childhood self had a lot of, what are we gonna say, like challenges with guys, because you said that you went to an all Hispanic school, which I can't even imagine, because I feel like being in Hispanic culture, like that's like a tangible culture. Of course you're saying they were cultural vulturing black stuff, but everybody does that.
Yeah.
But like
I
I don't know, I can imagine, because I had an ex that was Hispanic, and so two things. One, I can't imagine like being at a school of where everybody's one culture, and like you feel like you're the odd one out, because like everyone can speak the same language, they're all eating like the same food, like just basic culture things that they all understand, and it's you're probably like, I feel like I'm not in on the joke, or like I'm not in on what's going on.
I was over here telling people my grandma was from Nicaragua in elementary school. If you still think that, my grandma's is not from Nicaragua.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, bro.
Girl, I was out here talking about I'm about to get papusas after school. Oh, my parents they don't even know what a papusa is.
They said, girl, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, they were probably looking at me like,
this lying ass little girl. That's actually, no, and I get that, because the difference is I went to an all white school my whole life, basically.
Ooh, girl, you feeling bad for me.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad for you.
Yeah. It's different, because like they have like a tangible culture. It's just white people, like, and it just sucks. Like they don't have like, oh, we're gonna speak in this certain way. Like, no, if they're gonna talk shit about you, it's gonna be in English to your face, with a fucking Karen accent. Like, it's gonna be bad. But no, I went to a
Karen accent.
I went to a Catholic high school. I would say my insecurity was probably the worst it ever was when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school. But also just like the whole duration of high school was just, I was very insecure. I had a great time, lots of friends, but like I genuinely hated myself when I saw the other girls that I was around, because there was a small amount of black people to begin with. I came from a really small middle school, like 21 kids in my grade. Yeah. So the only people that I knew coming to this new white ass Catholic ass private high school was a couple of the white girls from my previous school. Yeah. So I grew up with all white people. So I already have that like chip on my shoulder of people calling me white. Yeah. But like that's whatever. But then when I get into this like huge community of majority whites, and then there's like a little sprinkle of blacks, at first I was like, let me just cling on to the white people because they're being nice to me. These are the only people that I know. Yeah. Until the jokes started rolling in, and I started being like, wait, they don't see me the same way. Like, you know when you get paired up in class with a white girl and she's like, oh, like, hey. Like, or there's like there's like a kid with like autism in the class or something. They treat it like treat them like they're a pet or something. Yeah. You know how they like pity you? Like I would feel that pity, and I would feel so different and so othered. That's so weird. Yeah. Where it's coming from. Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But I knew that obviously I'm black. There's a couple differences. Yeah. And then on top of that, I wasn't skinny. And I had so many body image issues. So when I tried to go hang out with the black people, they're like, why the fuck are you here? Gabby Baker is so white. You talk like a white girl. You like white girl stuff. Yeah. I'm just like, babe, I don't even know who I am, and you're calling me white. Yeah. And I know one thing. I know that I'm not white. Yeah. That's one thing I know, because look, everybody my whole life has been telling me that I'm white, and I'm just like, did something change overnight? Did I become white? Because I'm not getting treated like a white girl. Yeah. But y'all over here telling me I'm white. Anyway, so that kind of like, too black for the white kids and too white for the black kids. A biracial experience, and you're not even bi. I'm not even biracial, and I had the biracial experience as fuck, which is so crazy. It's so insane. I do feel for them. It's so crazy. It was so hater. Studies major? Yeah. You can start to have empathy for people that like you might not have, because before I would have been like, shut up. So that was definitely hard for me. I was extremely insecure, so I definitely understand what you mean, trying to shape shift who you are to fit, because I just want to start off with saying no one in my high school is extremely black, quote unquote, whatever you want to say is extremely black. None of us were impoverished. The school costed more than most colleges. First of all, we're all wearing the same Sperry's required, khakis or khaki skirt, and a blue polo. So it's like no one here like has a lot of drip.
Yeah.
No one like
there's
we
all
no
grew up in the suburbs.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
we're all suburban. So like these suburban black kids
are really call it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the white people were the only people nice to me. Like y'all are mad at me for hanging out with them. Y'all don't want to hang out with me either. So like I would go from trying to fit in with the white people more, trying to buy Vineyard Vines, spending $70 on a t-shirt. Yeah, taking my mom's money. Yeah. It's okay. So going to the mall, trying to buy Vineyard Vines, trying to fit in, trying to pretend like I want to wear Lululemon, which I mean, it's cute stuff, but like, be fucking for real. It's black leggings. Go to TJ Maxx. Like, I don't care. Yeah, literally, it's okay.
I ain't shopping anywhere where your biggest size is a size 3.
No, yeah, their like founder was like, we have to make sure that the right people are in our stores. I was like,
yeah, I seen that. I was like, yikes.
Let me take a big step back. But yeah, so I went from trying to shop in those stores, fucking Lily Pulitzer. Yeah. I knew I was never gonna wear Lily Pulitzer, but like I would be in the store with my friend because she used to work there. Exactly. Girl, it's real white.
I was out here going to fucking
learning bachata.
Los Churros. Oh baby, one thing about me is I'm a dance bachata, okay? Like,
oh my god. So yeah, and then I start hanging out with the black girls. I'm like, okay, this is at the point where everyone was wearing Vans. I'm like, okay, let me get Vans. Let me get some ripped jeans. I probably had ripped jeans. But let me get some big hoops. Let me get some lip gloss. Yeah. Like, there was, like, I feel like I had to shape shift no matter what.
Into the stereotype.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and my best friend who's Asian, she and I were trying to get invited to all of black people's parties because we were like, we can't deal with the white people anymore. And the way that they would look at us when we first started getting invited to stuff, they'd be like, because they're looking at me crazy because I'm with this little Asian girl. But she
not you brought her.
No, yeah, I brought the little Asian girl.
Barely trying to let you in. Then you bring her to our spaces. They're like,
who the fuck? And they're already thinking like Gabby Baker's white as shit, and I bring over this little Asian girl, and they see me at lunch hanging out with white girls. Yeah, I was like, once y'all see how funny I am, and they did, and then now those same people are like, wow, you're doing such amazing stuff for yourself.
Yeah, because they were operating off of insecurity too.
Yeah, so they were like, no, we're black.
They felt so outcasted by the white people that like any black person that they felt was betraying their blackness, it was like, you're betraying me. Yeah. So fuck you. We're not friends. Don't like you either. And I feel that because like I kind of went through that too because my high school was the one place where like there was black people, and like because my high school was like probably evenly Hispanic, black, and white. So it was like, I like to call it Hollywood Arts when I like tell people about it. Because I went to a performing arts high school. We were right in the middle where like this side is regular people, white people. This side's by the Hispanics, and this side is by the black people. Yeah. When I did get around black people, it was the same kind of thing where it's like I was accepted, but it was like I realized different about to turn. You. One thing I'll say about me is I was good at shapeshifting.
Really, you were a floater?
Yeah, I was real good. Yeah, like people in my high school tell you I was friends with everybody. Yeah, like I was everybody's friend. Everybody liked me. Like didn't matter if they were Asian, white, or black. They all liked me. But I will say that they don't realize the only reason they liked me is because like you knew how I watched all of their separate interactions so much that like I just knew how to interact with all of you. That's
actually so true. I definitely learned how to act with white. Like if I'm around a lot of white people, I know what type of things to say so that they'll be like, "Oh my god, I like you. Yeah. I like you." Yeah. Like or like,
and it's another way to save yourself. Like
yes, no, literally, because if you don't do that type of shit, like they will rip you to shreds. Like I literally, even with the white boys that I was friends with, this was the first time. They're like, because you know, like, white men are bad. Like, you know that. Yeah. But, like, it's different when you see it happening, like, in your face. So, like, there was this guy who was dating one of my really close friends. And, like, I'm thinking that he and I are, like, real tight. Like, I was friends with a lot of white dudes my freshman year of high school, which is a very interesting experience. Because now at this age, I'm literally terrified of white men. But, like, I just knew the jokes that they liked, like, which is scary.
No, when you meet a cool ass white person, like
it shocks you.
Yeah, like you're they're like, actually really cool, but it's only because of how rare it is.
Yeah, and I have a couple. Like my best friend, one of my really close friends, Jacob and Haley. They're both white. Love them, love y'all. But no, these white boys from high school. Too. Yeah, y'all too. Y'all 8. Everybody else, I'm not quite sure. But no, yeah, there was these white boys. They would make fun of my hair. That was the main thing that I remember. They would make fun of my hair, or they would just like try to get me to say the N-word. they would like really prompt me. They'd be like, come on, just say it.
That's
and I'd be like, bro, what? Like,
weird.
why are you? I'm not a puppy like that knows how to say it. Like, it was just some weird shit. Don't be friends with. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say
I
digress. It was interesting. High school taught me a lot, and I definitely think I've taken those shape-shifting skills into college, but like not to like try to fit in, just to like get a job or like like to meet people or something. Like, I don't know, I feel like it taught me how to read people really well and be like, okay, what category of person are you? Can I trust you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna hate me? Type shit.
I feel that. I think that's all very real and relatable.
Period.
And you know, like, real heartbreak. Because I feel like that's something I had to come to terms with, too. Is, like, a lot of my betrayal, not all of it was heartbreak. Like, I had to realize I didn't love a lot of people the way that I thought I did.
True. Because then when they're gone and you're like, oh, nothing's changed, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Or not even that, but just, like, you realize how, like, little you actually got from them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, how could, like, for example, not saying I didn't love this person, but, like, there was a person that, like, I thought I loved so much. Like, I literally was so hell-bent on the idea that, like, I will never love anyone as much as I love this person.
Uh-huh.
And, like, it wasn't until, like, and I've told you about this person, but, like, went through that situation where they ghosted me, and they ghosted me for 3 years, and I was sitting there, like, well, the love I felt when we were friends, like, was never a love that I felt. And then they came back, and then we became friends again, and, like, they're coming back. It's been 3 years. Like, I'm a different person now. Like, I've learned.
Why would you even come back after 3 years?
Because the love was real on this side, at least. But
they know we're homies.
Yeah, not no more. Oh. This the lock is changed.
This is prison. Literally. Oh. Bruh.
No.
You're done.
Finito, papi.
Oh.
No.
Okay, Latina.
Just like Dominicana. I told you.
Bruh, no.
They came back, and they were, like, there, and they, like, showed a lot of love in the beginning, but then, like, once I accepted them back into my life, I realized, like the actions are not really there anymore. And it was, like, a lot of inner turmoil in the beginning, because I was like, no, there's no way. Like, this person loves me. Like, this person cares about me, and I love them. Like, I know that. Like, and, you know, they came back, so they must love me. And I've been thinking about them for the last 2 years, so I love them. But, like, I just couldn't get over the feeling that, like, this don't feel like love. Like, I feel like I'm the one who's, like, giving into this relationship. And then I ended up taking my break from them, and then they didn't take kindly to that, and we stopped being friends. But it led to me realizing that, like, I didn't really love them. Like, of course I loved them, but I didn't love them the way that I thought that I did. Okay. And, like, I had lied to myself about in those 3 years especially. I had lied to myself about, like, who that person was, and, like, how that person treated me and cared about me. And it wasn't until, like, I really grew and changed that I was able to, like, analyze the situation and be like, this person actually doesn't love me the way that, like, I thought they did. And this person actually doesn't treat me the way that, like, I thought they did. A person that
you love would treat you.
Yeah.
Or, like, other people that do love you have treated you.
I wasn't in love with them. I was in love with the idea that I had created of them, rather than, like, me actually being in love with somebody. Yeah. Because of who they are. So it's like, I won't say that I didn't love them. I won't say that I, like, didn't have a heartbreak about them, but I will say that in growing, I'm able to analyze I didn't actually love them. Yeah. Because, like, the love wasn't as deep as you thought. Yeah. Like, I made it up, essentially. You know what I mean?
I've heard about, like, limerence. I just seen it on YouTube. It's, like, where you idealize someone so much that the relationship exists within you, but, like, what's actually going on doesn't reflect what you created. Yeah. And that can be positive or negative, but it's, like, basically you're self-stimulating your need for love with rumination and, like, being in your head a lot and creating these things that you can attach yourself to so that you feel like your needs are being met even when they're not. 100%. And I've definitely found myself doing that because I'm with guys that I have all these expectations for, or I just want them to treat me well, and they're just not in the place to do that, or they just don't want to. I was doing that weird shit, like creating a person in my head that didn't exist, and I've done that in a positive way, or positive, so that I could like
cope.
Yeah, so I could cope with the relationship I'm in.
Yeah.
And I've done it negatively, where I create like past scenarios, kind of like that, yeah, like past scenarios, but like now it's like this new person's face. Like if something bad happened and I get the same feeling from like when I was with my ex, yeah, exactly, and I bring it and I put it onto somebody else, which is like so unfair, because I'm treating them with all this resentment that is not for them, it's for someone else, and I need to deal with that, which I definitely think heartbreak, it changes over time, like once you've had time to reflect. Like it's coming up to maybe like the year anniversary of when my ex and I broke up. I will actually say like he was probably the first guy that I really loved. Like there was other guys and like I cared about them a lot, but this is my first adult relationship and my first time being able to kind of like see myself be in love, which is like when you're in love, you're so like cute and innocent and happy and sweet and like just so like I have such a big heart, but no, I literally like poured all my love into this person, and like I don't regret it because it taught me a lot,
and that's who you are.
Exactly, that's just who I am. Like I realize I can't, like I'm just a lover. Like I'm just a lover girl. Anyway.
As mean as we are.
No, I be so mean because I know I'm a lover girl. I know that I will literally give you so much that you don't deserve. No, literally, I'll give you so much that you don't deserve, and then I'll be mad for giving it to you, even though you didn't really ask.
It's because we can't walk around like with our heart on our sleeves, because we know we're smart enough to know that we'd be taken advantage of.
That's what I'm saying. I used to be so naive,
loving as we are. That was me too. Like I was super nice. And, like, to the point where, like...
Especially when you want people to like you. You be hella nice.
Girl. That
too fucking
people
nice.
pleaser, I have an episode on that.
Period.
Yeah.
It's happened to that episode.
No.
After you finish this one.
Yeah. Okay. After now.
In a little bit.
But, yeah, like, I definitely, like, had this thing of wanting to please people. And it led me to being this person that, like, just... on top of the fact of being super nice and being super loving, like I became this person that couldn't say no, and also became this person who like couldn't say stop. That's another thing that felt like a betrayal to myself.
I definitely think heartbreak, it changes over time, like once you've had time. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. I hope it was fun and insightful and sexy.
It better be. Yeah,
and uplifting.
You know what? Let me do that too.
Yeah.
You see?
Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you, Gabby.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
When I found out you had a podcast, I was like, wait.
Yeah, no.
This bitch is kind of cool.
You know, I was already like, I need her. And then you were like, do you have a podcast? And I was like, yeah, what? You were like, I have one too. And I was like, the universe put us together for a reason.
Literally. Thank you so much for learning.
Be ready for me and Gabby to take over the world, you guys.
We will.
Remember these faces.
2024 is our year.
It is. Perfecting me, healed hotties are out.
Period.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, Harry.